Hello again, everybody. I am so happy to be back. I'm assuming that this is probably the first video that's going up since I've come back. And I'm actually very excited to be playing this. This is Enderal. Basically, what it is, the only thing that I know about it, is that it's a total conversion of Skyrim to a completely different game. So this is, even though it looks like Skyrim, this is a completely different game that was created by the people who made it. I think I'll put a link in the description to the website if anybody's interested. It'll walk you through the whole installation process if you want to give it a try. But this is I've played a little bit of it, but for the most part I'm going to be playing this as pretty much a blind playthrough, especially blind if sunlight keeps being like that, because that is ow. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm not gonna beat around the bush with it. Trying to think of what else there is to really say. So I have played. I haven't even played all the way through the quote unquote tutorial part of the game, I guess, where it's still teaching me how to do things. But I have played enough to, at least decide that I wanted to give this a shot. And then if it turns out that we don't want to finish this, which right now I don't anticipate that. I anticipate that this is one I'll want to at least complete the main story of, if not, a bunch of the side quests and stuff. But if it turns out that's not the case, then what I'll probably look into doing is just doing a heavily modded Skyrim playthrough, which I'm probably going to want to do that anyway. My intention was to wait until the Skyrim HD was released, and I wanted to see how mods would work for that, and like what kind of new stuff came out for that before I did a playthrough of it. But we'll see. And I'm actually gonna adjust a couple of settings here before we get started. Not the audio. The audio's good. My sensitivity I need to turn down just a tad, because I know for me my sensitivity was good, but I want my movements to be relatively smooth in the video, because I know it's a totally different experience to watch something than it is to play it. So to get us started off, it says I have to talk with Daddy. He wants to tell me something important. So right now I'm a child. I don't know if you saw how short I was in comparison to everything. I can't zoom out to third person yet, but I am a child at the moment. And there's a burned house here with a couple of horses. I cannot interact with the horses. And I walked in here a second ago. I was just aimlessly walking while I was talking. And we're gonna look around a little bit while this sort of sad, pleasant music plays. Sad, pleasant. That's an oxymoron, right? So one thing I did look at in here was this book, Nutritiousness of Meat. Let's take a look. Meat is life. Even the Ash people who were populating this world before us knew that. Each time they killed an enemy in a battle, they tore out the liver and heart of the fallen and ate them together with their family. By doing so, just as everyone knows, the strength of the beaten enemy is passed on. I'm assuming this typo is passed on. But as we are living in a time in which eating fellows is nonsensically seen as barbaric, we, the friends of the bloody meat, Have to settle for animalistic one. Okay. And I guess I'll go ahead and take that with me. I don't think that I'll need that. That seems... Okay, so they're talking about cannibals, which is kind of weird. I don't believe that they've turned it into a horror game, but just that little... The first thing that you come across is a burned house with a book about cannibalism in it. So that's like the start of a horror game, kind of. So I'm just exploring around. I actually didn't look at this area too much. I mean, I did in the sense that, like, it is gorgeous. There's lots of foliage. I don't know exactly how the foliage is going to look once YouTube gets a hold of the video, because, I don't know, moving trees and leaves and grass and stuff never look too great on going from a game to YouTube. They'll look fine in my recording, I think, but because my recording is like 100% exactly what's on my screen. But obviously you guys are going to be seeing a version of it that's compressed slightly. But this is absolutely beautiful. Already, with no other mods other than Enderal, it is far more beautiful than Skyrim, like vanilla Skyrim. It's just amazing. Oh, there's a statue over here. Let's take a look at that. Some mushrooms. Okay. A scribbled note. Can I read this? No, I can't. It won't let me interact with that to read it. But there's a statue. Huh. Okay. O Lord, O Maker, I can hear you calling. I feel your love. I know about your sacrifice. Without you, I am nothing. A twig on the currents of time, a sheep without shepherd. Free me from my vices and forgive me my trespasses. Forgive too my wife and child. Deliver me from my pains and bless us with your everlasting mercy. Okay. Is that a translation of this? Because that seems like the kind of thing that you might inscribe there, but... Okay. So my frame rate is actually not super great. So I'm actually going to change a couple settings real quick. So I will be right back. Okay, that might be better. But so what I've done is my computer can handle a lot. I won't go into like the specs of my computer, but like my computer can handle a lot. I when I tried this out the other day, I tried it on high settings, and I had an online game open in the background where I was just, my character in that game was just kind of automatically doing some stuff, so I just let that stay open, and this ran very smoothly on high. So now I have everything else closed except for this and my recording software, so I was kind of assuming that I would be able to pump it up to ultra and get good frame rate. So I dropped a couple of settings down, but I kept most things up. I want it to, I want to get the best experience I can out of it. But if I need to later on, I would rather have good frame rate than like to have that rock over there have like the best textures, like, you know what I mean? So we will see what we need to do. Okay, I'm assuming this is Daddy. Press E to talk with Daddy. Hi, Dad. Did I grow? I thought I was shorter than you. I guess I am reasonably shorter than you. I feel like I'm taller than I'm supposed to be at this point.
Oh, hey there. I didn't see you coming. So, how did it go? Did you find it?
Find what? What is this place?
Where are we? We're at home, silly. Where else would we be? Just mommy, sister, you and me. Now tell me, how did it go? Did you find it?
Okay, so I've got a mom, a dad, and a sister. And myself. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're talking about that book, that creepy cannibalism book, I did, but apparently, no, I didn't find it. And that was why I was searching around, because I got this question when I tried this game out, and I assumed that I missed something, but I probably still missed something.
No? Pity. Maybe you're simply looking in the wrong places. Did you ever think of that? Oh well, who knows. Say, why don't you go inside and see if you can help Mommy with the cooking? The Creator was kind to us today and sent a big fat elk right in front of my bow. All right?
Okay. That was an oddly phrased sentence. Why is there blood on your wood chopping block? That... Oh god, it's bleeding! Alright. So yeah, so... I feel like I've, like, not finished any sentence that I've started. Oh, okay, they didn't really add a backdrop to this. I was just gonna look out over, because I didn't do that before. Alright, so we've got some clothes hanging up. Okay. There's a cage. I guess that was for a pet of some kind. I don't know if we got tomatoes, knives, just all your regular stuff. Okay, there's a deer head or a moose. I don't know, I'm not I'm not versed in wildlife. I live in a city. Whoa, okay. That was a creepy laugh. I'm gonna assume that that was maybe like my younger sister or something. Okay. Oh, is that a pretzel? Oh, Daddy's Savory Meat Pies. Okay, that sounds a little bit inappropriate, but 2 pounds of minced meat, 1 jar of flour, a handful of bruised garlic. Bruised garlic? Is that a thing? I've actually... Okay. A handful of ground whisperweed, half a jar of meat broth. I read that as meat breath, actually, for a second. And a pinch of sugar. Alright. That... Okay, that sounds completely normal, actually. I'm kind of worried, though, like, is my dad a cannibal? Oh, dude. Alright. It's a nice, violin or viola, actually. I'm not sure. I took band, but I was in the brass section, so I'm unfamiliar with string instruments. Looks like a violin. It's kind of small. That is a forbidden door. Okay. What is this? Oh, man. We got some nice scrolls here, looks like. Probably more recipes, considering where we are. Dresser. That is not a dresser. Coins. Okay, well, I mean, this is my house. I don't need to take stuff. Oh, it got nighttime very quickly. There's raw meat sitting up here. Yeah, I'm worried that my family is cannibals. There's a doll. Okay, that's not creepy. The Art of Crispy Meat. Who doesn't know that? You are looking forward to a nice crispy piece of meat after a hard day of work, but your useless child, who you instructed to cook it, gives you a charred something instead. You castigate them, but the problem stays the same. You are hungry. What is castigate? I don't think I've heard that word. Which means there is no other way than doing it yourself. Walk to the fireplace, cut out a big, bloody chunk of the animal, and throw it into the kettle, and lo and behold, slowly the pleasant smell of burned life reaches your nostrils. Is there anything better than that? I don't think so. Okay, once again, pretty creepy. Open door requires key. Okay. So I didn't notice this the first time. This also requires a key. Alright. So there's... I don't see my mom and my sister anywhere. Oh, okay. I can't move. Some bloody rags. Hello. How are you doing that without moving your lips?
My, I totally forgot what a mess I left here. But I was right, wasn't I? A real gem we've got here.
It is a big one.
Let's waste no more time and get to it, shall we?
Yeah, what about Mom and my sister?
What? Now would you look at that? I totally forgot about them. They're dead, don't you remember? You murdered them back then. Both of them. But hey, no use crying over spilled milk, right? At least
excuse
this
me?
means there's more meat for the two of us.
No.
You still remember how to do this, right? First, off with the skin. Slice up the belly, then out with the entrails.
Why are you teaching this to a
I'll
child?
look for a nice sharp knife in the meantime, to cut off the head. I don't think either of us wants to eat that, do we?
You sound so happy about all of this. Okay, I have 3 of the same option. I didn't kill them, Dad. It was the masked man.
Oh, silly, what's this again? We both know that's a lie. You did it. I remember it all. First, you set this horrible fire to your sister's crib.
Oh my god.
She screamed, and Mommy heard it, but when she finally got there, nothing was left of her but burnt flesh.
Oh god, that's morbid.
Oh gosh, do we really need to go through this again? You know how sad it makes me when you do this. You killed them, period. No matter how often you tell me you didn't, it changes nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Now please, let's start cooking. I'm so bloody damn hungry.
Let's try the second option.
By the Creator's name, why are you telling these lies? Isn't it enough that you murdered us? Do you really have to bother me over and over with your stupid, pathetic, and pointless whining? You know, sometimes I wish the Creator would have made me just a little less merciful. Just a little less
I still can't
pious.
move.
Because then, I would have realized that you were tainted by sin long before any of this had ever happened. And instead of raising you, feeding you, and loving you like a father does, I would have put you in the horse trough right after you were born.
What?
Yes, I should have killed you.
No, no,
I should
no.
have just killed you. Just like you killed us.
I'd like to
And
be able to move now.
You think you're safe because we're all under the earth, don't you?
Wait, us?
Listen
Are you
up,
dead
my
too? What?
Child, you are wrong. And do you know why? Because the dead don't
Oh,
forget.
oh
Do you
God.
hear me? The dead
That's
don't
not good.
Forget. Now enough of this useless chatter. I'm bloody starving. Bring me the meat, you spoiled brat. Bring it to me. Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat. 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 Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat.
I completed a nice day in summer. Oh, that was pleasant. Yeah. Thank you.